They're attacking Sacred Sakura! Stop them! Absorption test. Glaze over. Going in! Animal test 63 up. Out of the frying pan. Let's light it up! Absorption test. Animal hypostasis and Boba, get them! Nice and spicy. Wow, there are so many of them. No wonder the Tenryou Commission needed help. Come on, Traveler, you can take them. Teamwork is dreamwork! Come on, focus! My contract goes unfulfilled. They're attacking the Sacred Sakura! Stop them! Hey-ya! Next on the agenda... Adventure time! Boba, get them! Animal test 6308. Stand clear. Wow, there are so many of them! No wonder the Tenryou Commission needed help. Come on, Traveler, you can take them! Animal test 6308. Nice and spicy. To oblivion! Shogun? Wait, no! Could also be A!
Oh, it's you two. It has been a long time. We have not seen each other since the resolution of the Tenryou Commission.
Okay, sounds more like you sure made short work of them! That was amazing!
I'm making early preparations for what is to come. Last time we took a walk around Inazuma together, I witnessed the way the world is. Since then, every time I encounter...
Makes sense. You must get
Might I remind you that I am not... Recently, I have observed a number of changes in the external world from the plane of Euthymia. The most serious of these being the attack on the sacred Sakura by... I considered this matter worthy of my attention. If the Shogun, rather than I, were to discover them... Yes, Perhaps she would...
Why?
Precisely. According to the rules I designed for her, but rift hounds attacking the sacred Sakura.
A disaster?
Yes. Everything was engulfed in a pitch. The monsters committed many atrocities on their duty was to tear open a passage through space with their claws and teeth, and then call in even more powerful beasts. So you've heard of it. That's an episode of history that I am loath to recall. Maybe to you, but an excess of caution is not unwarranted.
Guess you can't argue with that.
Since we are both here for the same reason, let us work together. From the traces they've left in the surrounding area, there should...
Paimon feels so safe when we're in Ace company. Having someone uber powerful on... Oh yeah, after we've dealt with the monsters, we should have... This color! It's similar to the color when the sacred Sakura takes damage. Let's follow it. It should be this way.
We are lucky. The damage is not too serious. The Yashiro Commission will be able to nurse the root system back to health.
This stuff that's flowing out, is it sap or something? And how come it's glowing? Huh? What's this? Could they be dead people? But... Oh.
Let's search the area. Perhaps we will find out.
I can't go on like this. Not when the other troops are counting on me.
What happened here? Could you tell us?
Who are you? What are you doing here? Run quick while you still can! The monsters will be back. And once you're in their sights, I'm telling you there's no escaping them. We will defend Inazuma until our dying breath. You don't know? Inazuma is engulfed in darkness. Beasts and horrifying monsters are everywhere. They're merciless, ferocious, and they will devour everything in their path. Every last trace of humanity's existence, I tell you. They'll devour it all.
But look, none of that seems to be going on around here.
Not right now, but they'll be back. Look, get out of here. Now! There's no time left! The almighty Shogun is gone. So is Kitsune Saigu. There is no one left to rely on but ourselves. I don't know how long we can hold out for. But if we abandon our hope, then we've got nothing left at all.
Don't worry, I'm right here.
It's... the Shogun? You're back! Please, we beg you. Only the glow of your supreme lightning can dispel this terrible...
Calm down. The war you speak of is over.
Over? But...
Look around you. The grass grows green and lush, and a soft breeze blows. There are no monsters. Nor is there anything else here that could threaten your life.
What? But how? Just moments. I saw them tear my comrade to shreds with my own eyes.
Hey, calm down.
Huh. I think I understand. Yes. Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you, thank you.
What's wrong with him?
He's gone.
Paimon can't even begin to understand what that was all about. But somehow...
If I am not mistaken, what we just saw, the sacred Sakura can absorb and purify the filth in the ley lines. After the Rift Hounds attacked, some of this filth leaked out through the cracks in the trunk and formed a physical entity. An entity formed with strong filth would be highly aggressive. But when purified, it presents in the form of a memory. Purified filth quickly dissipates and will be absorbed.
So the memory...
Yes. That soldier was one of the many thousands who made the ultimate sacrifice. Yes. Inazuma was facing many great crises at that time. Some were local in origin, while others came from the now fallen kingdom of Kanria. The disaster in Inazuma caused me great concern. I felt that I had to step in before it was too late. Otherwise, it would spread to all of Teyvat. But my friend, Kitsune Saiku, reassured me that I had nothing to worry about. She would shoulder the responsibility of protecting Inazuma. I could tell that, although neither of us acknowledged...
So... Inazuma was attacked at the same time as when the disaster happened in Kanria?
Indeed. Countless monsters suddenly appeared throughout all of Inazuma. I never had the chance to see her one last time. But even then, Inazuma was left more devastated than we could have ever imagined. Those terrible tragedies left great wounds that are still felt to this day. Yes. For the longest time, I couldn't breathe. All my martial might was in vain. Though I could conquer But when I traveled around Inazuma with you, moving forward inevitably invites... Just think of that soldier. Despite all the losses he had experienced, he still chose to keep fighting. For all those who sacrificed themselves back then gave their lives fighting for a future. As Inazuma's god, it is high time warriors of the past, I will never forget.
He's taking all this pretty hard.
Next on the agenda...
As expected, there are a load of Rift Hounds here too!
Leave them to me. Illusion shattered! There is no escape! Illusion shattered!
Huh? Something seems wrong with A.
Why would you ask that?
Well, usually...
You are unduly although I have some understanding of the situation, I must be prepared for anything.
Makes sense. The roots seem pretty badly damaged this time. Hey, the same light is leaking out again.
Furuyama?
Almighty Shogun, what brings you back so soon? I thought you were off.
Fighting a battle in a distant land? Sounds like this.
Allow me to introduce Furuyama. Though blind, Furuyama is unparalleled in his ability to appraise tea.
Your Excellency, you shower me with praise undeserved. I have simply had the... It sounds like the almighty Shogun has brought a guest. I'm afraid I'm unable to serve you any respectable refreshments. After all, it's quite a mess out there.
What should we do? Oh, yeah.
I see. Most of the residents in this neighborhood have already escaped. And now the almighty Shogun is here. Imagine if this was something that even the almighty Shogun was powerless to... People flee out of a desire to live on. And the desire to live on stems from a feeling of having unfinished business in life. But me, I have no such thought. The almighty Shogun often speaks to me, just listening to her stories. I've been blind for many years. One thing she always says is, good things don't last forever. Everything changes, fades, disappears completely over the passage. So you see, as bleak as things may be now, it won't be long now, but I suppose it doesn't once this catastrophe is over. Oh, goodness me. Speaking of befuddled, look at me rambling away to my heart's content. The almighty Shogun comes to visit and I don't have... One moment, I'll just... I hope the others didn't smash it to smithereens in there.
Can't see a tea set anywhere.
Really? But it's always been right by my side. I couldn't possibly have my guest...
Don't worry about it. Take a rest. We'll be...
Almighty Shogun, you're not going too, are you? No, no, no.
This place is... complicated. It's quite unlike the tea house in your memories. Leave it to us.
But... I can't decide whether it's a final regret or a final stroke of good fortune.
Where should we go to find a tea set? Having a cup of tea isn't exactly the most...
I'm also feeling very nostalgic for his tea.
Oh, why don't we go to the Kamisato estate? There'll definitely be a tea set we can borrow.
It's the Traveler. And the almighty Shogun. How might I be of assistance, Your Excellency?
I wish to borrow a tea...
Please step into the courtyard and have a rest, almighty Shogun. Oh...
Be at ease. I'm not here to see Commissioner Kamisato. Actually...
No. I am your humble servant. I daren't think of my own convenience when the almighty Shogun graces me with her presence. I'll deal with it right...
Well, it's not often we have the chance to chat. I'm sure...
Right.
I seldom had the time to drink tea. So, in the vast majority, he may well have had the philosophy of life that he shared with us.
You and Mako...
Indeed we did. In her eyes, the most precious... They are similar. When you came charging into the plane of Euthymia, I saw human Now...
Wow.
Makoto saw an ambition. Makoto was more concerned...
That's...
To put it simply... I didn't understand. I suppose what it comes down to. Yes, it does. But in the last
Do you feel you're starting to understand her better?
You have already witnessed my but now...
Almighty Shogun! I found a tea set. This one in...
It's quite beautiful.
You are too kind. A humble servant such as I...
It's all good, sir. She's actually...
Let us return. We ought not...
looking for a tea set and...
Or perhaps
So, we didn't even have a...
the information held in the ley lines is complex and disorderly. Well, I've watched Furuyama brew tea on many occasions. The tea is ready. So many thoughts were racing through my head as I was brewing it. You're right. I've been reminded of many people, too. Kitsune. Back at the Yashiro Commission, the events of 500 years ago not only robbed me of my friend, Kitsune Saiku.
She died in that disaster too?
Yes. She went to Conria alone. Unlike me, Makoto was no martial art, but this time... Yes. She had already lapsed into... It was there that we bid each other a final Why did she go to Conria first? It was there and then that
That's quite a story.
When I returned to Inazuma, I was shocked to find that a great sakura tree had appeared on Mount Yogo. The tree that you know as the sacred sakura. That's exactly what everyone back then told me as well. That it had existed since time immemorial. They were so matter-of-fact about it, and couldn't at all understand what I was so surprised about. No one questioned it. And yet, its presence contrasted so starkly with the area as I remembered it. In the end, I simply had to accept that with the help of the sacred Sakura's power.
This is all really hard to understand. Kinda beyond Paimon's level.
Yes. She had... I once told myself that I would never... But even the and it's time I came to terms with it all.
Oh, while we're on the topic, since you
Sister? You mean to say that she was somehow involved in the Conria disaster?
Based on what we've learned so far, it seems so, yeah.
I'm sorry. I wasn't there for the whole thing. By the time I arrived, the worst of the fighting was all... And also, my mind was consumed entirely with the plight of Inazuma. And the fate, so...
Oh, well, that's a boy. Both of you have experienced...
With this last cup of tea? Thank you, Destiny.
We should go. Let's keep following the traces.
Very well. Based on my investigation so far, I believe this next pack of monsters should be the last.
We're way behind schedule. on the agenda?
Once again.
Hey!
There is no escape!
Are you alright?
I'm fine. I'm down. Torn to oblivion. Transcend all constraints. There is no escape. Now you shall perish. My apologies.
Don't worry about it. We'll deal with them. Look, that's the same light again.
Where am I? Who are you? Almighty Shogun, you're here too. Are you injured, Your Excellency? We, the Shogunate Samurai, will defend the Shogun until the very end.
Come on, men.
Don't! It's too...
Danger is our duty, ma'am.
No need to worry.
Is that a vision?
It certainly is. I know the gods are omnipotent, and their willingness to grant their power to humans means they have high expectations. If the Almighty Shogun is in trouble, now...
So that's how samurai of that era understood visions, huh?
Nobody knew where Your Excellency had gone, and we were starting to... Just the sight of you appearing before us, this hope is the light that will guide...
Everyone on...
We'll help too!
Huh? Affirmative, but...
Protect the Almighty Shogun!
At the frying pan! Stand clear! Absorption test! Don't break my glasses!
Everybody stand back! Access denied. For Rex Lapis!
You're toast!
It seems like their attacks are finally over.
I've never...
Thank you all.
Are you okay? resting.
I'm fine. I feel much better already.
You fought phenomenally. It was truly awe-inspiring. The monsters will definitely come back. And when they do, it'll be more than a few Rift Hounds this time. Quickly, escort Her Excellency back to Inazuma City, and regroup with the General's forces as soon as possible.
When everyone sees the almighty Shogun safely return...
Well,
We will stay here and guard against the monsters' advance. We are brothers in arms.
Just leave it to us. But the almighty Shogun is the only one of us with the power to change the present state of affairs. Only Her Excellency can turn back the no matter what kind of...
Thank you all very much. I should not have left it this late to make this promise.
Don't worry, Your Excellency. With you leading us, we will...
Glory to the Shogun! Glory to the Shogun!
they're gone.
It was both. The people's sacrifice has always caused me immense pain. But in dwelling on the tragedy, the result being that in the centuries since their sacrifice, you could take the view that whatever, but even so, they are due a resolution.
Well, Paimon...
Thank you for your comforting words. I used to think just like that samurai. That I was... But what Inazuma needs more than a warrior, even though I am utterly unlike Makoto, and can never become the person she was, I still need... Yes. As the Raiden showed...
Well said. Sounds to Paimon like you
Change will come to Inazuma. And with it, no matter how long... Now that we've dealt with the... I will leave the Tenryo and Yashiro...
Alrighty then. What? He looks calm. She seems to have changed a lot since we last met her. Huh? What's wrong, eh? What's going on? Are you feeling unwell again?
It looks like... the situation... No need. I need to go to the cave.
Why? What's in...
A battleground. One where I shall sever time.
next on the agenda?
We're finally here.
Whoa! Where'd the Torii Gate come from?
It's getting worse again. This is a place I once sealed off with my own hands. The entrance. It looks like she will no longer allow me to do with this body as I please.
Huh? What are you talking about? And who is she? Makoto? Where are we Whoa. This place... Look! It's another A!
We meet again, traveler. This body is an assistant to the one. Should the one within wish to stray from the rules, this body shall stand in her way.
Wait! Paimon knows that voice!
You have wandered the realm in my body. You believe your present self has greater certainty than your former self. But have you really been enlightened with new ideas? Or have you been degraded by irreversible erosion? I'm here to show you my answer. We are both warriors, and the dialogue we must now have...
Wait!
The discomfort I was experiencing earlier was caused by the Shogun rejecting my continued... As she indicates, once I started entertaining the idea of change, but inside a realm of consciousness, I exist independently of her. She cannot affect me, though she is a puppet. The Shogun has her own consciousness too. When necessary, she appears here to confront me.
Paimon gets that everyone has their internal battles and stuff, but not a showdown with the Shogun? Never thought we'd see that day!
The rules I set for the Shogun are... No. I would not try to change her.
Isn't there any other way? Can't you talk it through or something? But they both just want...
My form is a symbol of supreme majesty, in which has been vested power over all the realm. It is the cohesive and it inherits A's. Every action undertaken is for the sake of determination, courage. Only rules shall remain constant for eternity. Those were my thoughts when I created you. Now, they are towering obstacles that I have no choice but to overcome. You wish to make yourself my enemy? I am your past, the everlasting law, the guardian of eternity. And I am she who promised a dream to her subjects. Raiden A. In the end, even the proud and mighty Oni maiden was cut down and disgraced. Though your blade has been cleansed of her blood and filth, never shall it shine as brightly as it once did. Illusion shattered! This ends now. Inazuma shines eternal! There is no escape! The eye sweeps the lands! Absurd! Illusion shattered! Strike dead! Insolent! Now you shall perish! The Kitsune sakura blossoms that once filled the skies fell to the ground as pitch-black rain. As long as the ley lines flow, the relentless erosion of time will never stop.
She's completely recovered?
Inazuma shines eternal! Shine down! The divine lightning that envelops all of Inazuma will fade silently into the clouds. There shall never be another. Never. For the rest of time. On to oblivion! Shine down! Inferior. There is no escape! The eye sweeps the lands! I shall not fall here! Shine down! Inferior. Euthymia crumbles before me.
Have you finally defeated her?
It appears your martial prowess has not dulled. But how long can your will remain?
How the heck?
In this realm of consciousness, her existence is tenacious indeed. She was built to resist erosion. Her will is stronger than any other living being's, including you and me.
be a
Maybe. But I have to prove to her that my present will is no product of erosion. The future I shall forge will be a grand undertaking. One that will be resisted. If I don't do this, the Shogun's rules can never change, and Inazuma can never move. This is my duty. No matter how long this battle may last, months, years, centuries. And 500 years ago, humanity proved their strength. Here in the present, they rely on their ambition to challenge wayward practices. It is about time that I learned to trust them. I understand that. But if the dreams of which Makoto spoke are true, I fight for the everlasting future of Inazuma. I vow to the subjects of Inazuma that I shall one day return. This is my oath. Please, be my witness. During my absence, I place everything in Miko's hands.
But this means that...
Pass on my words.
Looks like we got kicked out. Oh, what do we do? Are we really just gonna leave? She was making sense. And maybe this is the only way to change the Shogun's rules, but still... Right? Also, A can be pretty stubborn at times. What if she gets too obsessed with winning, and she forgets why she's there in the first place? It could happen, and then she might never leave again. Yeah, we should help her out, like we did last time. The quicker she gets through this, the better. Is there any way we can cut down how long she needs to spend in there? Or, you know, help her win the... Well, whatever. We can't let anything bad happen to A while she's in there. Oh, but we also can't get in there anymore! Okay, well, first things first. We gotta find a way back in. Oh, come on, brain juice! Don't feel Paimon now! Oh, you're right! Paimon nearly forgot about her! Who knows if she really understands these consciousness realm plane thingies?
Another bad one? No, let me try again.
Someone's not in the best of moods. I hope you realize how lucky you are.
But you're always...
That was a figure of speech.
Oh, yeah! Something really big's happened!
Oh, okay, I see. So, A's decided to palm Inazuma off on the humans, while she goes off on her own to fight a fierce battle that doesn't even have an end date. Impossibly stubborn. Jumps straight to the most extreme course of action imaginable, presumes her sheer will can see her through, despite a near impossible goal that requires nothing short of the very peak of her abilities. Yes, that sounds like A all right. You know as well as I do that she's always been like this. Why start fretting about it now? Rushed into it without thinking. Well, so you seem to be under the impression that I am able to offer some sort...
Is she playing dumb? She's doing the...
Aha, you're learning, little one. But really, the truth of the matter is that I don't know much more about Raiden Makoto's realm of consciousness than you do. All I know is that it's the foundation of the sacred Sakura, and from what I've heard, it's a little different from A's plane of euthymia.
Because Raiden Makoto is no longer alive?
Not just because of that. The nature of the space itself is different in some way. But I can only speculate. You're the ones who have actually been there, so you tell me. What was it like? Anyway, we needn't worry about the details too much. It'll just be a little difficult to explain things later on, that's all. First things first. Follow me.
Next on the agenda.
Now then, I always have my ways. It's just a question of how crafty I need to be. To the outsider, the realm of consciousness... In other words, even though I can't pinpoint the exact...
So, it's abstract, but has a location, but...
Yes, no need to try and understand it. Let me put this simply. Everything is turbulent and disordered. This is precisely why...
What? Alright.
Suit yourself. Worst case scenario, all we stand to lose is A.
You... Parents had it up to here with both of you!
Oh, well, if you're quite sure, then of course. Now, I shall send you on your... Oh, nothing. It just seems extraordinarily chaotic, that's all. My suspicions have been confirmed. By the way, remember to focus constantly on your heartfelt wishes when you enter inside. Only a strong enough will can prevent you from being swallowed by the giant waves of abstract space. Well then, the door is open. Hop on in. I'll stay outside and provide what stability I can. I'll be ready to respond if anything happens. I'm placing my god in your capable hands. For my sake, and for Inazuma's, please. Bring her...
Miko, you better know what you're doing!
That's enough chatter. Remember to focus constantly on your heartfelt wishes when you enter inside. Only if you are strong enough can I deliver you to the right destination.
Huh? You have returned. But how were you able to get back in? And this is a duel to remember. It is as if we have returned to the moment when the laws of eternity were first established. Your will today is as strong as it was back then. Over countless battles, not once have you lost. Had I made all enemies of eternity stand against you? For your firm commitment to enforcing the rules, you have my admiration too. You bring honor to the title of Guardian of Eternity. Now these two return once more to this space. An inevitability of fate, perhaps. Then, let this be our final duel. The conclusion to that which began 500 years ago. Final duel? Stand back, traveler. I'm going to be the start of something new. The time our duels took to fight was long enough to witness the rise and fall of nations. The energy they consumed was great enough to vaporize the oceans and turn day into night. And the will they demanded, sufficient to penetrate minds and crush dreams. Yet, you have endured. I will endure forever. Shine down! Ruin! Follow my blade! Illusion shattered! Inferior! Erase all threats! Perish! The will I carry within me will never be eroded nor destroyed! Eternity is in my hand! Shine down! This is the end. I believed you were incapable of transcending the past. But a will that cannot be eroded has no way to embrace the future. You need not worry about the future. And you are... I know your power more than anyone else. Yet, my reason for fighting redefined my martial prowess and redrew my limits. I now carry the gaze, and whenever I think of this, I feel something stirring within Muso Ishin. The blade that I inherited from Makoto seems to be trying to guide me, to encourage me. I noticed it also, just now in the heat of battle. This power is beyond the limits of my This blade belonged to Makoto. Perhaps it can only respond to me with its full power when I truly understand and believe in her. When I clasped Muso Ishin in my hands, I had the feeling that she was by my side once again. It was at once a familiar feeling and a strange... You have my approval. Your present will is not the product of erosion. I shall no longer stop you from attempting to modify the rules. From this day forth, this body, I won't design any more rules that can never be changed. You used to represent my past, but from today onward, you are me. Makoto never saw me as a fearless weapon. Likewise, I should not regard you as a mere tool. You truly have changed. I understand. I shall become your shadow, just as you were once Makoto's shadow. The duties I perform will not change. But as a warrior, I look forward to the chance. It was simply a new experience for me. One that is worth reliving.
Have you finished fighting then?
Hello, A. And greetings, those who have come to bear witness. I am Raiden Makoto, the previous Electro Archon, who failed in my duty. Makoto? I'm so happy. You've come so far. I left a faint fragment of my will in Muso Ishin, so that in the moment that you unleashed its full power, a convoluted way to reach you, but... well, you held such deeply entrenched views at the time that there was no time to wait for you to have a change of heart. But... you never mentioned this to me. Everything happened so suddenly. I'm sorry. I've always felt terrible for having to entrust Inazuma to you all of a sudden. I should have been the one to impart these ideas to you, a little at a time, to dissuade you from your pursuit of stillness. Did you know what was about to happen in Conria? I had some sense of it. That place was not somewhere that any Archon could afford to ignore. In my present form, I can no longer perceive time. I don't know how long we have been separated before this reunion, and I don't know what Inazuma has experienced in the meantime. But I know that this must have been an extremely arduous journey for you. Don't look down on me. It was with this possibility in mind that I left a parting gift for you. Here, take, but it is you who must take the most important step.
The light turned into a seed?
The miracle tree that blesses the people, in this moment new to the world and yet to be known. When to plant it, where it shall bloom, she who brings it into being must let her heart and dreams decide. Grant it life, eh? Is it really? Eternity extends time into infinity. Dreams illuminate each moment within. When both shine in unison, the sacred Sakura blooms from the darkness, finally free from the clutches of the heavenly principles. Now the nightmare has dissipated, and reality is made whole. The vision we both yearn for is still further ahead. My only regret is that I cannot witness Inazuma's future, nor can I walk this journey with you. Do you know, A? I am so happy right now, because my final wish has now come true. Your polearm once protected me from countless calamities. For this, I've always felt indebted to you. Though I could never repay you in full, this sacred Sakura will buy you some time until you are ready to awaken and embrace the new. What do you think? Did it do the trick? This time, it really is goodbye, eh? Goodbye, Makoto.
So the A of the present planted the sacred sakura in the realm of consciousness, and it took root in the Inazuma of the past. No matter what you make of it, it's quite incredible.
All of this is thanks to Makoto's power. Her understanding of eternity is much more profound than mine. Eternity is a concept intimately connected with time. When you begin to touch on eternity,
a place where time is meaningless and cannot be understood with ordinary logic. Perhaps that is the reason why you were able to return precisely to this point in time without any problems. And yet, that sense of disorderliness has now completely disappeared.
I don't fully understand yet. But my...
Well, I'm not convinced that it was Makoto's power alone.
I know what you mean. Perhaps Makoto got a higher power involved in all of this. Without the sacred Sakura, Inazuma would likely have been completely swallowed up.
I know you've always perceived there was something special about the sacred. You've tried in the past to prove to me that there's a connection between the...
No. But
But don't you...
The sacred Sakura is with...
Nah.
I'm joking. And obviously I played... It's fair to say that very little time passed between the moment you came out of that realm and the moment you re-entered it. But in that same time, centuries of battling took place on the inside, did it not? Traveler, if I'm guessing correctly, you were repeating your wishes to yourself in your mind, weren't you? At that time, I could sense A's whereabouts, but I also sensed anomalies in the flow of time within that space. Suffice to say, time added a whole new dimension to our search, simply establishing a location. Fortunately, your will was strong enough that the turbulence carried you to the moment in time most likely to be the intersection of all that you were wishing for. The flow of turbulence may well have been influenced by Makoto, but it took everyone's efforts combined to ultimately help A.
Does that mean it wasn't by chance that we ended up at the final duel? We were always meant to be there to witness what was going to happen?
I thought that the flow of time was the same on the inside and the outside. So it was a great shock to me when the traveler reappeared. My first thought was, has a great disaster befallen Inazuma? But it turned out you had come to rescue me. You came for my sake, to help me reach the best possible outcome. You too have my thanks. You have done much for me.
A, how are you feeling now?
My body has fully recovered, and the Shogun's will no longer fights against me.
Always thrilled to hear you're in good health. But I was really asking about your emotions. Have you managed to calm down? After all, you saw Makoto in there.
I only heard her voice. I wouldn't say I'll be fine. It brought a few things back, of course, but I've made my decision. I have to say, this has reminded me once again just how brilliant Makoto was. She even it's all thanks to her that Inazuma lived to see this day. I just planted a seed.
Yeah, it was thanks to everything you did that you got to see her again.
Thank you.
Today, at long last, you and Inazuma finally emerge from the shadows cast by the events of centuries past. Makoto and you are Inazuma's...
It's rare to hear such comforting words from you. I graciously accept them.
Oh, come on. You only think it's rare because you never used to listen to a word I say.
Makoto said the exact same thing!
Great minds think alike, hmm? I wonder, does that qualify me to, maybe, take... Actually, no. Forget that. Far more trouble than it's worth.
We will have to end the frivolities there. The Shogun and I will closely review the Inazuma of today to find out where things currently stand. After that,
Really?
I am no longer pursuing an eternity. I don't doubt that many challenges lie ahead for Inazuma. I'm looking forward to it.
Should we really be off work this early? There is still a lot left to do. No touching!
We haven't been to the Yai Publishing House in a while. Paimon wonders if they have any new
Come on, this is a no-brainer, man. There's only one.
But the exams...
It's just an exam. Trust me, there's no problem.
What are they arguing about? It's quite a
Huh? You need but stand on this land at midnight. Lower...
Looks like you guys really aren't in the loop.
A wish ritual? Right? Even
I didn't believe... It's this guy called Kunihiko. I heard it directly from him.
his whole bed was filled with...
Of course.